haven't been to the church before, the toilets are down the hallway there. There's ladies, gents, and the other one, the one for disabled and baby change and all that. So there'll be afternoon tea after we finish this session, and there's a table full of books of information. There's a book with all of copies of Glenn's paintings, and so feel free to have a look at that and pick up the publications that are very current and see what they look like. And if you wish to buy them, you can have a trip to Mira's bookshop in Eltham. She's selling these at the moment, and there's just a couple of other people coming in through the door. They have a saying, a previous priest from about the 1980s, he said there was time, an Eltham time, and Eltham time was quite different to time. And so we haven't changed much over the years. Here comes David. Okay, and now Mitzi I'm going to invite Mitzi to do the acknowledgement of country before I introduce David and Glenn.
Welcome to St Margaret's, everyone. I acknowledge that we meet this afternoon on the lands of Wurundjeri country, on unceded land, for which treaty is yet to be discussed and organised. I acknowledge that First Nations people have taken much care and great custodianship of this land for millennia, and I would like to acknowledge the continuing care and custodianship that First Nations peoples continue to give this country, its waterways, its country and community. And I would like to pay my respect to elders past and present. I would also like to express my support for First Nations peoples in the Constitution based on the Uluru Statement from the Heart for a voice to Parliament. I'd like to now introduce David.
Just before David takes the floor, I want to talk about a very special stick. It's a yarning stick. And when you're in possession of the yarning stick, it's your turn to speak. This particular yarning stick was made by an Aboriginal woman from Western Australia, and she made a big bundle of them and brought them to a afternoon from, I think it was probably a NATSIAC committee. Anyway, it was a Committee of General Synod in Melbourne in 2010 that I attended with Susan Sanford, who was a parishioner at the church at the time. Anyway, we got a fantastic welcome. The lady from the West explained that she made them with colourful markings to welcome the people from the Torres Strait Islanders who were also there. And so that was in 2010. So now I'm going to hand over to David, the stick, and David will speak. And then he'll give it to Glenn. He's going to introduce Glenn.
Thank you very much, Kathleen, and thank you very much for all present coming and joining us on this glorious afternoon when, as somebody said, they could be snoozing in the sun. But we're here working. So thank you for coming, and especially like to welcome Liz,